Welcome back, everyone. As you can see, we're already having a good time. All of you are aware of the organization, the March of Dimes. Yet, I think we need to know who this organization is and what they're doing and the benefit to our community. So joining me today is Karen Wendling, who is a division director for the March of Dimes in Northeast New York.
Correct.
Got it right. So first, welcome, Karen.
Thank
Very
you.
nice to have you here. The March of Dimes, quite a history with the organization.
Very big.
Give us just a sense of what that history is.
Certainly. Actually, we are 76 years old. We were
Wow.
established back in 1938 by FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and we were all about polio. And then back in the late 70s, we eradicated polio, so we switched our focus to premature birth,
Right.
birth defects, and infant mortality.
Well, there's a documentary that PBS is airing about the Roosevelts, and it's pretty remarkable if you catch his involvement in this and how he was inflicted with polio and the work that was done.
Yep.
And that was eradicated in great part because of the work of the March of Dimes.
Correct.
And then, as you were saying, you switched the focus to birth defects and to a premature birth and infant mortality. Wow, important subjects. But subjects that are kind of behind the scenes, right?
Very much so.
So give us a sense of some of the things that the March of Dimes has done in that arena.
Certainly, March of Dimes has developed surfactant, which when a baby's born prematurely, it helps the lung development of the baby. March of Dimes also has done research for the different disorders. So say, for instance, when the baby's born, they do the heel prick. And
Yes, right.
I think it's 4 of the different disease disorders are benefited from March of Dimes research.
Well, before we went on air today, I was telling Karen that my wife and our granddaughter was born prematurely. And you just passed by it quickly in the conversation, but they were so concerned about the development of her lungs.
Very much so.
And I remember the name March of Dimes coming up frequently.
Yep.
So, it's an organization that doesn't wave a lot of flags out there on Main Street, but an organization whose research has really helped everyone.
It has.
Yes, I see. Now, we've got an event that's coming up in
Yes, we do.
Saratoga, an important event for the March of Dimes, right?
Yes, it's a lovely event that we do called our Signature Chef's Auction that we'll be
got it.
doing on Tuesday, October 21st.
At the Canfield Casino.
Very lovely facility.
You could say. One with a great history, too, by the way.
It's beautiful.
So what does, and you mentioned there's a bunch of activities going on that night.
Certainly.
Give us an idea what's going on.
Certainly, it's a big foodie event, so we do a tasting event. We have a whole Iron Chef competition, so 4 of the chefs will be competing for the Iron Chef.
Right.
And then we also have a live auction, a silent auction.
Great.
Yep. And then we also have the biggest part of our program. It's called Fund the Mission. And
Yes.
it's people, we raise money, we highlight a family that's been affected by either birth defects or premature birth.
Got you. And if you want to know when they say that it's a foodie night, we're talking about Adirondack Winery, Chianti's Gideon Putnam, Mazzone, the Inn at Erlowist, Mazzoli family, the Wine Bar, Valenti's Restaurant. If you live in this area, you know that this is going to be quite an event for foodies, right?
Very
and then an
much.
Iron Chef competition. What event isn't complete without an
I
Iron
know.
Chef competition? And something that I always like, and my wife always likes, are the silent auctions.
Yeah.
So you go around, and you can put your bid in on certain things. Tell us a bit about where the funding goes.
For March of Dimes?
Yes.
What happens is we have what we call a NICU family support program, which is neonatal intensive care unit. And we have a support specialist that's a March of Dimes part-time employee.
Got it.
She's housed at Albany Medical Center. So what happens is when the baby's born prematurely or with a birth defect and they're in the NICU, the doctors and nurses are working on getting that baby healthy.
That's right.
And this person, our staff person, is there as a support system for the families. So she can talk in layman's terms to the families. She can try to distract them, take their mind off of things as their baby's being worked on to get
Well, you
healthy.
know what? As a parent, you can imagine the torment that you go through. If any of you have experienced this, your child or your daughter's child is born prematurely, and I know about the NICU unit because our granddaughter was there.
Yep.
So again, it's kind of a first-hand encounter here, but again, the March of Dimes was always present. You knew they were there to talk to you, and the point you make of being able to talk to you in terms that comfort you, keep you informed, but don't scare you, because of the work that the March of Dimes has done, there's been a lot of improvements in all of these areas for premature birth, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, again, a bit of a struggle because it's a behind-the-scenes organization, but I think, as you can probably tell from what Karen is saying, an organization that really deserves support.
Yes,
Right?
it does.
So let's just review that again. At the Canfield Casino, great place, Tuesday, which is October 21st, starting at 6 p.m.,
Correct.
right? And food and silent auctions, got
So
some
come
music.
hungry.
Yeah, you could say, right?
Hungry and thirsty.
I bet. Oh, you know, one thing I just want to cycle back on. You cover quite a territory, this
We do.
Northeast territory. Well, it goes from where to where?
We go up to the Canadian border, to the Plattsburgh-Malone area, over to Oneonta, and then down to Dutchess County, and then the next division of March of Dimes picks up.
Right, and when the spring comes around, of course, you're familiar with the March of Dimes walks. Now, you've got one that's happening up in Plattsburgh, but I know you do a couple down here as well, right?
We do, actually, right in your backyard at High Rock Park. We do one in Saratoga.
Right.
We do one in Adirondack at Adirondack Community College.
Yes, that one I'm familiar with too.
We do one in Schenectady over at Central Park. And we do one in Albany. We moved it to the University at Albany.
Well, you know, really, I commend you. That's quite a footprint for you, by the way. You're pretty
know.
busy, right?
Want to help?
Yes, yes. I hope this helps. So, look, just a reminder again: the March of Dimes, an incredible organization since 1938, and the event is the 21st. It's at the Canfield Casino. Go hungry, and leave satisfied.
That's right.
Leave satisfied that you're not hungry anymore, but that's also that you've helped a very, very worthwhile organization. So thanks, Karen. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for
and
having
we'll
me.
check in with you, find out how it went, okay?
Yep.
Okay. To see this interview again, head to our website, looktvonline.com.